put some in hospice, and it's just a really, really difficult time. So please pray for them. I am going to share with you about hormones tonight. I actually did work in a clinic that's pretty much 90%, 80 to 90% of what we did. Majority of the patients were female, but we did have some males. And so tonight I'm going to talk about women's health. It was a more of a holistic clinic. We do natural medicine, even though I'm trained in Western medicine. I also am self-trained in functional medicine and essential oils and herbs and essentially like just anything it takes to get your body to function properly. I'll try to use that. So let's see, I'm going to share the screen and let's see if you can see what I see.
Okay, turn
Okay,
it
do you
down.
see Wellness Education Series, Women's Health and Hormones?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's see if I can control this. Okay, let's talk about women's health. I mean, for those of you who are men, there's still a lot here for you, okay? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how is your monthly cycle? If you have one still, if you don't, how are your symptoms? Like, are you having any night sweats, hot flashes, mood swings, hyperthyroid, hypothyroid, adrenal fatigue, difficulty losing weight, infertility issues, poor memory, diabetes, trouble sleeping, anything like that come up? I think we can, Tina, are you going to help me man the chat? It's hard to do that when I have this screen. So let's see if I can do both.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And then at the end, I'll try to go over the chat. Okay. So just kind of think to yourself what might be, what you might be experiencing. Okay, here we go.
Memory.
Okay, so women's health and hormones, the endocrine system, all the glands. Well, it's they're pretty involved. They all interact with one another. All these glands that you see here on the side, the pineal gland, the thyroid, the hypothalamus, the thymus, the ovaries, adrenal glands, pancreas, placenta if you're pregnant, testicles if you're male. Okay, so thyroid and parathyroid. They are involved in your growth and development, metabolism, nutrient regulation, and just your balance, your homeostasis. A system of glands that produce and send hormones to organs, your muscles, for instance, your brain, your heart, and it goes through the circulatory system. So these hormones are coursing through your arteries. And essential oils can actually interact with them. And they're very beneficial because they can actually help balance your endocrine system. Lifelong Vitality is the supplement that is a real good start for any of the organs, basically, because they really work on the cellular level, which then in turn works on the organic level. So we highly recommend this foundation of nutrition. There's a cellular vitality complex, which has stuff that helps each of the cell's mitochondria. The XE Omega is a fish oil with a lot of oils, clove oil, frankincense oil, ADE, vitamin A, D, and E. It's really awesome. And then Microplex vitamin and minerals is also very good. So if you have a basis of nutritional health, that would help you with all the organ systems and all the glands. So your liver processes these hormones. I mean, it's just like, it's not like estrogen is just one hormone. Estrogen, for instance, is an example. It has to be metabolized into different types of estrogens. And there are some great estrogens and there are some very toxic estrogens, especially. And so some people are born with an inability to process certain hormones, and therefore have predisposition towards, for instance, breast cancer or women's female cancers. And so there are a lot of things that you can do to help the liver process and get rid of those toxic forms of whether they're estrogens or other hormones. So And that's why these are supplements that will support your liver function and that whole processing of your hormones. So also hydration is important. So a great thing is if you combine something like lemon or Slim and Sassy oil, which is really good for liver detox, among other things. And the Zendocrine soft gels were designed for actually liver, kidney detox, but in this case, we're going to focus on the liver. So if you're having any issues with any of your hormones, please consider or jot these down. Now your adrenal glands. So what are your adrenal glands for? They produce cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. So they're your organs right above your kidneys that produce hormones when you're in times of stress. Or just, there's a low amount you need it every day to wake up in the morning. For instance, if you don't have any, you should have a surge of cortisol in the morning, otherwise you won't wake up. So if you have a hard time waking up, you might have a cortisol issue. But if you're like wired during the day, you might have too much cortisol. So actually the morning cortisol levels are about twice the afternoon cortisol levels. But anyway, some people just have high raging cortisol the whole time, especially during this pandemic. So what would be good is, for instance, Magnolia, to just rub them right under your rib cage, right in the back. Just rub the Magnolia right over there. And you can take a Mito2max that will help you get you up in the morning and just support your adrenal glands. Also, there's a lot of stuff that's in the Mito2max that also just kind of allows you to deal with stress without, overproducing and overstimulating your adrenals. Oops, did I just lose? Okay. There are other supportive oils for your adrenals: basil, lemongrass, ylang-ylang, grapefruit, and bergamot. And those all can be used by diffusing them topically or ingesting them. The female reproductive system, which includes the ovaries, fallopian tubes, uterus, cervix, genitalia, breasts, they also work closely with this endocrine system. Like ovaries secrete estrogen and progesterone, and it also depends on what the adrenal glands are doing, what the hypothalamus is doing. So they produce hormone. It's very interactive. And so if you're stressed, a lot of your ovaries are usually put on hold and told to just not produce anything. And unfortunately, that's why a lot of people have hormonal imbalance during times of stress, and even sometimes go into early menopause. Which can sometimes be reversed, and I've had success in doing that too. So, but that's why estrogen and progesterone levels are so intertwined with emotional and physical health, and as well as estrogen and progesterone do help with your emotions. For instance, if you have low estrogen, you'll feel blah, feel tired. You won't have that and that assertiveness. If you don't progesterone, if you don't have enough of it, you'll feel like really tired, or you won't be able to sleep, and you won't be able to relax. You kind of feel like wired and irritable. And always nutrition and hydration. We always have to remember that that's also part of your hormonal function. Clary-Calm is something to think about whenever you're having issues with hormonal balance. They've actually put a combination of oils that increase your progesterone levels and help calm you down. And because remember, when you calm yourself down, then your adrenals slow down and allows your ovaries to kick in. So you can apply that daily to your abdomen if you're having cramps, if you have hot flashes and mood swings or heavy periods, hormone balancing. So I do recommend, you could just use it when you're having a cramp, but I would say if you're somebody who's having cramps every month, then you should be using it every day, because that means your progesterone levels are in the tank. Sometimes I've checked and they're non-existent. So I would do it every day, not just during your period. If it's just once in a blue moon that you have a cramp, then okay, you can just use it temporarily. But it can also be used in someone who has menopausal issues. So so it's also good for just relaxing. There's so many oils in it that just kind of calm your adrenals as well. Okay, rose. Oh, okay, this is a beautiful one. And you can actually apply it over your heart. for emotional balance. It also is aphrodisiac. It boosts your libido for men and women, and also does give you confidence. You can also put it in your lower abdomen, right over your ovaries during, or right over your uterus during menstrual discomfort. And it does also help with regular ovulation. The phytoestrogen complex, even though it says women's health, it is actually good for men too. Men can use this too. It's been, although it's phytoestrogen, it actually can, this genistein, which is in it, is a fermented soy. It can help support the thyroid as well. It can help support bone growth in men and women. And it can help with those even in your menstrual cycle. So it's not just for women who are in menopause. It can be helping with perimenopause, andropause, hormonal balance, mood swings, PMSing.
You want to eat?
And yeah, so it actually brings down a lot, even though it is a phytoestrogen, it doesn't act like an estrogen in that it's a lot of harmful estrogen metabolites. It actually helps process those and get rid of those. So this is a kind of nice product. And then there's bone nutrients. So the bone nutrients is, it has not only vitamin D and some calcium, but it has trace minerals that help direct the calcium into the bone. Because it's not really that good if you're taking a lot of, like if some people are just taking calcium, the calcium will just fill up the arteries if they're not having other support, like if you don't have trace minerals that will direct the calcium into the bone, or if you don't have like K2, or if you don't have a really good healthy diet, or like fruits and vegetables and alkaline diet. So there are a lot of different things that can direct calcium into the bone. And this is one of them. Oh, and I could just talk a little bit about bone health. Like we already, like you develop all your bone, like for females, their bone is like really getting strong right up until their 20s. And then at about 20 to 30 kind of peaks. And then at 30s, it kind of stays, plateaus. 40s, it starts to go down. And right at 50, around 50, it just tanks because of the estrogen. And so it's never too early to start strengthening your bone. And the best time is now. So you just should start now. Okay, women's health and hormones. Okay, care for your pancreas. So your pancreas is responsible for producing insulin, digestive enzymes as well. But in this case, we're focusing on insulin. So you want to, one way to destroy and like, I think it's like slave driving your pancreas is if you are eating a lot of sugar and foods that are high in glycemic index. So like soda, of course, that's easy to know, but even white bread, white rice, pasta, those are really hard on your pancreas, because every time you eat so much sugar, your pancreas has to produce all this insulin to drive the glucose into the cells. And because insulin, that's what insulin does. It tells the sugar to get out of the blood and into the cells. So the insulin goes higher and higher and higher to take care of all this high sugar. And the issue is that after a while, the cells are just done. They just don't even want to listen to the insulin anymore. And they say, I've had it, I'm not listening to you. That's called insulin insensitivity, and says, just leave the sugar out in the blood vessels. And that's when your arteries get destroyed, your nerves get destroyed. So you get early heart disease, and that's diabetes, right? Early heart disease and nerve damage. So how do you help support the pancreas? Well, decreasing that glycemic index. So glycemic index is after you eat a food substance or whatever, sugary item, for instance, how fast does your sugar go up? So it's different. For instance, although I don't recommend it, if you eat, like, let's say you drink a non-fat milk. Non-fat milk is like practically pure sugar because there's no fat in it. So fat sits around the stomach for a while, but non-fat milk, it's just the sugar just shoots up right after you drink non-fat milk. Boom, your sugar goes up. Whereas if you drink fat, whole milk, it actually stays in your stomach a little while because it takes time to process fat, and then the glycemic index is a little lower. So, I mean, one push for, not that I'm recommending a lot of milk has enough issues of its own for hormonal processing, but that's a glycemic index. Or for instance, drinking an apple juice, that shoots up the sugar really fast, whereas eating an apple, the sugar actually kind of goes up very slightly and there's not as much sugar there. So some things that slow down that process are grapefruit, peppermint, and lemon. And so if you can make your own capsules, or you can make your own drink out of it, or you could purchase the metabolic blend, which already does that, puts grapefruit, peppermint, lemon, but it also puts some cinnamon in there too. And this is okay to take even if you're taking a statin. Some people say, oh, I can't eat grapefruit if I'm taking a statin. But grapefruit oil, it comes from the rind, and it doesn't have what the substance that's found in the fruit that makes it block a certain processing of the statin. So yeah, just take these down. This will help. If you take this like with each meal, this will help decrease that glycemic index, or that boost in blood sugar. Oops. Okay. Thyroid. So one way that you can support your thyroid, which is important for your metabolism, is which thyroid kind of directs almost all the organ systems in your body. So in doing so, you can support your liver, adrenals, ovaries, pancreas, pineal gland, and pituitary. So you can make a roller ball. You can get all these oils, the clove, myrrh, lemongrass, frankincense, and peppermint, and put it in a roller ball and roll it over your thyroid every day. And if you don't have time to do that with your own FCO, there is a product that you can do that with, and that's the Immortel. So it's kind of a ready-made thyroid. It's not made for that, but it's kind of a trick that we use. You can use, I mean, Immortel is made for beauty, and it's to be placed on the face for just better complexion, but also improved collagen production, and yeah, better complexion. But it's a trick that we use. We just put it over our thyroid. And then frankincense is, remember, it's good for everything. And supporting your pineal gland. So your pineal gland produces melatonin, which helps your circadian rhythms. And you can help support that with Serenity and Copaiba, so that you're not, it just allows you to sleep at night. And one way is if you use an eye mask, or, meditate and pray before you go to sleep. Just kind of a review of the endocrine system again. So we talked about your liver. If you can support your liver with cinnamon, sassy, and lemon, like you just put a drop and drink it, or taking one Zendocrine soft gel daily. You can also take the Zendocrine capsule daily. That's not the soft gel. That's another one. Care for your pancreas. Remember the Slim and Sassy, that will help you regulate your blood sugar. Magnolia to help your adrenals, and the Mito 2 Max. You could, that was made for pre and post work, pre-workout. Helps you really get a really good workout. But it's great to take every day, and great during this time of year, because it has a lot of really good immune boosting substances. And then your thyroid, care for your thyroid, is that either the Immortel or the 10 drops of clove, myrrh, frankincense, and lemongrass. And don't forget about your nutrition. Remember your fluid, your water intake. Okay, let's see. Okay, so am I talking about this? This is an example of something you can do, because most of you have already signed up for a doTERRA, so you might know about the LRP. The LRP is basically a way to get a lot of points back and free oils. So this is just a sample. You kind of have to create this little box yourself. So you would click on choose Clary Calm, or actually I think it comes in a set, right? Is that right, Tina? It does the bone nutrient, phytoestrogen, and Clary Calm come in a set?
Yes, it's called the women's complex or something. No, not women's
Health kit.
LRP health kit. There you go.
Women's health kit. Okay. Yeah, the women's health kit. Okay, so it comes like, that's like whenever you get things in like kit form, it's like more affordable, I guess. And so you get all of those. Plus, so that's a 60 PV for those 3 items, and $69. And then there's the Rose Touch. That's $70, because Rose is so expensive. and it's very hard to harvest. They have to take like 20 bushels of rose petals to make one small like 5 milliliter vial of it. So this is a diluted form, but it's really nice. And my boys always steal it. They love that one. That's it smells really good. Okay, so that's an example. And so you hit 125 PV with that, then you get the free oil of the month, and then you get credit. I think you would get $12.50 PV, 12.5 PV back if you're just starting. But if you're like well into it, like we are, after about 3 orders of 50 PV, you would go up higher and higher and higher as far as points back. So that's what you do. The LRP is when you order every month, just something. It has to be just a little something. This is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys have heard of Symphony of Cells, but basically Symphony of Cells was created by Boyd Truman. I guess he was one of the earlier essential oil gurus, and he developed this. And I've been using his techniques like for a while, just by basically layering. So layering and massaging it onto my kid's body or me, but basically, or even my patients, I'll put that on. So for instance, the hormone balance, that if you might want to take a picture of this one, because these are all the oils that are really good for hormone balance. And he puts it in a specific order. So that's strategic. So like for instance, frankincense, you would roll it on your spine and then, or in your neck, right? On your carotids, is that right? And then you would inhale it, and then you would put it on your feet, and then you put the carrier oil on, and then on the spine, all the way down the spine, and then thyme, you would put it on the spine, you would smell it, and then put it on the feet. Ginger, spine, smell it, put it on the feet. Clary sage, so and so forth. So you go through the whole thing, and it takes about 10-15 minutes at most. I mean, if you want to take it slow, that's fine. But doing this every day has been shown to just help balance your hormones, whatever that might be. He has one, this is a whole book that you can purchase, and you can do one for neurological support, for immune support, for pain, like inflammation support, things like that. So this one is the hormone balance support. And I think that's it. We did it. So use the oil, share the oils, and then you can start teaching the oils as you get healed from them.
Great job, Dr. Lisa. Thank you so much. Okay, so there's been a lot of stuff going on in the
Oh,
chat.
wow.
But it's okay. I think we answered most of
Yeah.
them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so you guys, if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask Dr. Lisa yourself. Okay, Debbie's question was, is LLV Vitality good for men? Yes, definitely.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Did we talk about fatty liver? Yeah. Oh, you did. That's so great. Yes.
Oh, I didn't talk about that yet.
Oh, the fatty liver, Vivian asked about fatty liver, and definitely the metabolic blend is really good for fatty liver. The Zendocrine. Oh, hey, the cleanse and restore. Yeah, that's right. Hey, so who's gonna join us? I know I need to get mine going. I really want to do that this year. I didn't do it last time that you guys did. But Tina, you can talk about that after. That's gonna detox your liver.
Yeah. Okay, so really exciting. We have 2 big things happening in January. So the first one is the blue tansy experiment. So blue tansy is an oil that is really, really blue. Here it is. And it looks like ink. Okay, but it is the oil that inspired action. So if anybody's in a rut, either physically or mentally, like this is a very good oil to start your day with. And you put it on your big toe and you see what happens. So that's why it's called the Blue Tansy Experiment. And we're gonna have posts of that going out every day, talking about people sharing their testimonials, how, you know, they've become more inspired to get up and go and overcome some sluggishness in their life to increase the momentum in their life. So that's the first thing going on, is the Blue Tansy Experiment. And that's going to be happening in Dr. Tina's Health Essentials Facebook. And then we have another Facebook going. It's another group called the Cleanse and Restore, doTERRA Cleanse and Restore 2021. And that is a separate group. So if you want to be part of it, let me know. I can add you. But that's going to be 30 days of going through the Cleanse and Restore kit, which is the vitamins, the Zendocrine that Dr. Lisa talked about that helps your liver to balance, which is the place where your hormones are, made. And then also there's Terrazyme, which helps your gut to cleanse, and probiotics. Also a GX Assist, which is a oregano
Oh, I got you.
primarily based pill or soft gel that really helps also to cleanse the gut. And then DDR Prime, which is a supplement that's really high in frankincense oil and lemongrass. So all of these things together in a 30-day program is very powerful. So if you were asking questions about like fatty liver, about balancing your hormones, migraines, all those things, like this is a really great reset for you. Okay. So anything you guys suggest when feeling angry and having unforgiveness? So yes, there's a forgive oil. So the forgive oil has been shown clinically significant results. You know, I don't know if you guys are interested in statistics or anything, but the p-value was very significant, that when forgive oil was diffused on a regular basis for 30 days, the amount of anger and bitterness in that work environment in particular was decreased significantly by pre and post surveys. So I would recommend forgive oil, and then also lavender, Roman chamomile, geranium. That's a really powerful blend to just relax and just you know, just let go of certain things, right? Okay. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Thank you.
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you recommend for like hormonal migraines?
Oh,
The
wow.
migraines
Yes.
that you
Oh, my
get
gosh.
just before your period starts.
So I would recommend, actually, I don't know if she's here today, but one of my friends, basically frankincense was the one that she that was the only thing she was taking, and her hormonal migraines, which she's had for all her life, were gone. So frankincense,
And
then
how does she take it?
just under the tongue, 2 drops every morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean that's one thing, but there's so many options for hormonal migraines. I mean,
Yeah.
Clarycalm might help. I know there was a question about Clarycalm helping with sleep. Yes, and it increases progesterone levels, but it has a lot of like lavender, and it has other salvia, clary sage in Spanish is salvia, helps you to also relax, and it's also, so there are relaxing oils in the Clarycalm as well as oils that increase progesterone directly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So yeah.
I have a
Um,
question. The bone nutrient and the other one,
Phytoestrogen.
which one?
The phytoestrogen.
Yeah, that one. For someone that's 56 years old, how many does she need to drink for each one?
Okay, so I believe it is, Tina, help me here. Let's see. Let's look at this. I believe, is it 2 a day? Is it 2?
4 a day for bone nutrient, unless you're taking LLV.
Yeah, she's doing LLV.
Okay, so then 2, right? If you're taking LLV, it's 2.
I think maybe 3. Let me see.
If she's doing LLV, can she still do vitamin D3 and
Oh, yes.
vitamin C?
Yes, absolutely. So I would check my levels, although I have basically the LLV has been it's great for maintenance. It's just under 2000 IUs daily. If you take the LLV, like two capsules twice a day of each of them. If you do, because there's a little D in the XE Omega and there's a little D in the multivitamins. So, but most people aren't doing that. And even if you're doing that, it'll just maintain you. So if you're low, it's just gonna stay low. It won't go lower. And in times of stress, your D goes down. Like if you get a respiratory infection, the D just tanks. So you want it to be optimal. So I would really suggest, especially during this time, to take a D3, 5,000 IUs daily during this pandemic, and have it go up to get it around 50 or 60, and then to maintain it after you get it there, you would start using, or you would continue using the LLV, and then you could stop using the D3 5,000. But if you're low to begin with, this will slowly elevate it, but it won't bring it up like a D3 5,000.
Okay, so because she's drinking LLV, so it's okay for
So
her to
according to
drink.
the bone nutrient, it says if you're taking LLV, take 2 or 3 of the bone nutrient. 2 to 3.
Okay. And can with that one, can she still do vitamin D3 and vitamin C?
Yes.
Yes, she can take more of that. Yeah. If you take the 4 here and then the LOV, you'll be taking 1600 plus 800. What is that?
Yeah, 2400,
2400 IUs.
which is okay. It's okay for a little better than maintenance, but
Because she only does half the dose of the LLV. She doesn't do.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what her levels are. Have you checked them?
No, well, she has diabetes, so, and
Okay.
then she
Ask her
also
doctor to check
has,
it. I would definitely, I monitor my patients' vitamin D levels all the time. It's just
oh, okay.
very, very nice to know. There's so many diseases that come of low vitamin D, and vitamin D is so important for hormonal balance. If you don't have vitamin D, say for instance, your testosterone will just tank. For men, the men who are here, is there one man here, Peter?
There's other men.
Make sure your vitamin D.
Noah, there's a Noah.
Oh, Noah, no.
And okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then for the thyroid blend, oh yeah, 10 drops in the rollerball. Thank you, Kathleen. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Yeah.
Is there any other
Um,
questions that I missed?
I have a
No,
question.
oh, sorry. This
go
is,
ahead.
this is Liz
Hey,
for
Liz.
Dr. Lisa. Can you just send me a PDF of all those slides like you did last time?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
I will. Uh-huh.
Um,
Okay,
Oh,
I-
yes. Younger ladies who have PCOS, yes, Clarycom for sure. LLV.
I
Um,
recommended the cleanse.
oh yeah, the cleanse, yes, definitely.
Yeah. So as you can see,
Doc-
did someone want to ask something?
Dr. Ma, yes, Dr. Ma, this Linda Hand here. Hi. I have a situation. My endo's been testing me for my stress for years, and he's always said that my stress has been really high. So this past October, he tested me for my folic acid to see if my body is processing it.
Yes.
And he found out that I am 1/3 of the world that has this inherited
Oh, the methylhydrofolic
gene.
acid. Yeah, the MTHFR reductase, whatever. Like, yeah.
Yes. And so I, because he always asks me, are you stressed? Well, he asks me all the time. And I'm like, maybe I'm just used to it. I don't even know if I am or not. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm so used to it. But he prescribed the L-methylfolate.
Yeah,
And
yes.
yes, so that's what I'm taking.
Good.
And I am in menopause. I think I'm in full menopause. And I've been having some issues down there, dryness. So I needed to know if I could take, some type of estrogen. And he told me not to take anything by mouth.
Exactly, correct. That is so true. Yeah, never,
Okay.
no estrogens. Progesterone's okay by mouth, but estrogen I would just use topically because topical estrogens have not been shown to increase cancers, clotting, strokes, heart disease, whereas orals have been linked to that. So,
Okay.
and then, so estrase, estradiol, you could do a compound of cream as well.
Okay. Is there like a certain
But
cream
have you-
that I
so
should be looking for?
You have tried the phytoestrogen already, and it's not effective.
Well, he
yeah.
told me not to take it for 6
Oh,
months
Okay.
because he wants to see how this L-methylfolate works in my body.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wants to get the stress down. And then I had to go see my gyno because I was going crazy and they put me on Premarin, but I don't know
Oh
if that's
no, that's not. Premarin is horse urine, synthetic hormones. I'm not a big fan of synthetic hormones. So I do prescribe when needed if the herbs are not doing it or the oils are not doing it, I will prescribe bioidentical hormones.
Okay.
Are like estradiol, estriol, like the estrase cream, for instance, I would recommend.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds
Those-
like your endocrinologist is he in West Covina? There's a really good endocrinologist.
No,
out there.
he's in the Bay.
Oh,
no.
cool.
He's over there in Monterey Bay. Monterey
Oh,
Bay.
wow. Okay, cool. No, he sounds like he's into functional because
Oh yes, he totally
Yeah.
is. And
yeah.
he was the one that told me I shouldn't take the estrogen, but my gyno was like, well, you need it. I mean,
But not the
and
Premarin.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Not the Premarin.
But
Okay.
but
should
the oil, the topicals are fine. You just have to make sure you. The only issue is once you start using topical estrogen, you have to do saliva testing because the blood testing doesn't monitor it. It just doesn't do it. You have to get tissue samples. So you just do saliva
Oh.
testing, and you can monitor that way. But otherwise, once you
Oh,
do
wow.
the topicals, yeah, unfortunately the blood tests are not accurate.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, even though the phytoestrogen is natural, because of Linda's situation, she shouldn't take that either.
I'm sorry, what was that Linda's situation? No, I mean, I'm okay. If she doesn't have, you don't have history of, wait, you do have history of breast CA or?
No,
No.
I had a full hysterectomy. I have just one ovary, and my ovary is completely like asleep. It's really shrunk down. So I've noticed a lot of changes in the last, I would say maybe 6 months. I've noticed a change like in my skin, my body. I just feel a little different. So I know that I'm in menopause. He said I am in menopause for sure. So yes, so I don't know what to do. I know the folic acid, he said that's a problem too, because the stress is so high.
Mhm.
So he just told me to take this medication. Well, it's not a medicine. It's a
It's folate.
It's a mineral.
Methylated folate. Yeah. Folate.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Because your
I'm
liver
just
doesn't process it. Yeah. A lot of people have that.
okay.
Not uncommon. Yeah.
So I was just wondering like what I can use that's natural for my hormones.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
everything is just so
you know what?
like,
It's crazy though. I mean, because just working in that hormonal clinic that 3 years, unfortunately, like the vaginal dryness thing, it's really hard to treat. Even topical estrogen is very hard to treat. That you usually have to do like intralabial. Like you have to use not just topical like on your arms, because sometimes some people just need topical like estrogen on their arms. Or their thighs, but in this case, I would use the Estrace cream, the one that goes in the on the labia. You start like you do it daily for a couple weeks, and then twice a week thereafter. It's pretty easy, and it's very effective for that. Meanwhile, you
That-
can use a lot of like for libido and all of that. You can use coconut oil, like Tina's favorite bergamot, and
You're
that's
a bomb. You're a bomb.
you're fine. But seriously, I mean, for lubrication, I mean, just use lots of coconut oil. Plus, you can remember. I don't know if you harken back to our February class. Were you there for our February class on?
oh
yeah,
yes.
that's coming back. So use those oils until you start to use the estrogen cream. That I mean
Now-
the topical
Now that cream, is that cream a prescription?
It's a prescription.
It's
yeah.
a prescription cream. Okay. Estradiol. Okay. I'll have to remember.
Estrace. I mean, there are different ones. You can get them compounded, and they do it's got bi-est. It's like a combination. But there's one
Okay.
it's been pretty effective. I've been prescribing a lot the Estrace cream.
Estrace. Okay. I'll look into that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Lisa, I have a question on this. Diana Irizarry, have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on bioidentical hormones, and I've been for quite a few years, which have been working fantastically. Also giving me, help with my dryness and everything else. They've been fantastic. But I've noticed since I've been on the LLV for these last few months, I don't know if it's interacting with my bioidentical hormones or not. I don't know. Unfortunately, these last 2 months, I've been spotting. And I'm 69 years old, like,
Wow.
hello, and I
Oh.
mean, it's, in fact, this last month, almost a week before, I could have sworn I was pregnant because I had morning sickness. It was nasty. I mean, like what?
Oh,
You
wow.
know, that was the weirdest thing. So I'm wondering,
Oh, wow,
is
that's something that well, postmenopausal bleeding, if it is spotting, you definitely need an ultrasound.
yeah, and I
Definitely.
think so. I mean, I have an appointment in about another week or so
Oh, good.
with a doctor who prescribes these. She's a woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then
and
it
she
could be that your estrogen levels might have, I don't know, actually. In this
Right.
case, I would do an ultrasound and I'd do all the battery of saliva testing and all that.
right.
So
Yeah, I
you-
mean, because yeah, because every few months I have a full blood work. You know, my whole full panel thyroid, everything, my estrogen levels, all of that. I
Yeah.
mean, I have that done every few months.
Yeah.
My estrogen seems to be okay. My progesterone seems to be okay. I just want to know what's going on. So
Yeah.
it's just been really weird. So, you know, I don't know. So, I mean, I was just wondering, so the LV or the oils aren't going to interact with that, or do you think they are, or?
I'm not sure. I'm wondering if your body's more efficient. Do you need less of the?
Estrogen and
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
yeah, because
of
I'm
course,
not
if you have too much estrogen, you can have bleeding. But
right.
the problem is, yeah, I mean, postmenopausal bleeding, we always get ultrasound and take a look and make sure everything's okay down there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, hot flashes are not are at a minimum too. I'm starting to get a little bit, but not bad, not like they used to be. So, okay, I'll have to check with her. I just wondering if that was a possibility. But okay, thank you.
Sure.
All right.
Did we answer everything, teens, or are we missing?
There was a question about anal fissures.
Oh, okay. Just what's the best thing to do for that? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I would imagine definitely would have to make sure your stool is very soft. So I would really terrazyme it up, like you make sure, because otherwise it if you have any large caliber stools, that's really painful, right? Because an anal fissure basically is when there's a tear in the anus, right? And it's so painful, and it keeps on tearing every time you go, and especially if you're constipated or whatnot. So make sure you're eating lots of fiber, hydrating well, and pooping super soft. If you have to, go to the laxatives, that's okay for a while because you need it to heal. But also the topical Copaiba or a Yaropalm is so super great. The Yaropalm collection for hemorrhoids I feel like it was made for hemorrhoids because it's so good for your blood vessels. And so the Yaropalm collection is the Yaropalm Yarrow, which is the flower, and then pomegranate oil. And then it comes with a capsule as well. So you could take the capsule and that will strengthen up the blood vessels down there. It's also very soothing and healing to the skin. I mean, it's really, okay, so Yaropalm, I know it's made for beauty and made for like, cellulite and all that. And you're just supposed to put it all, all over your body and all that. But it's really good for skin regeneration. So it has vitamin C, zinc, turmeric, just everything good for skin support. So I think that would help. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So also for anal fissures, the baby butt cream.
Oh yes, that's a very good one.
And geranium oil is really good. And back to the Yaropalm, like that's good for vaginal dryness too.
Oh,
Very good for vaginal.
How would you use that, teens?
You just apply it to the vagina.
Oh, okay. So then I would do probably the whole thing, the whole coat. Yeah. The whole.
And it's good for intimacy too, lubrication. That's a good one. It can get.
Would you use the body serum, the Yaropalm body serum for down there?
Yes, the serum. The serum.
The serum has all those carrier oils, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I meant
so
the
cool.
serum. Yeah. And then if you want the PDF slides, let me know. I'll make a list and then I'll have my assistant send it out tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
I do need your email though. So it is, put your email please. And Betty too. Betty Wong. Okay, then there was a question about oh yes, okay, so prolapse. So yes, bladder prolapse is a thing. So is vaginal prolapse, because
Yeah, you
down
need.
there, it's just all muscles. So if your muscles have been stretched, if you haven't been working them out too, you can get prolapse. So, but because it's a muscle, it can be strengthened. So I would highly recommend you doing like Kegels. Okay, you can look that up online. Doing kettlebells. There are trainers out there that train virtually, so that if you strength train and train your pelvic floor, you can overcome those things. So I wouldn't wait till it prolapses completely. If you're already sensing that there's relaxation, like when you walk, like you pee, or you cough and you pee, then it's time for you to focus on your pelvic floor. And again, you can look up videos on how to do that and just be really disciplined about doing it every day or twice a day, because like I said, it is a muscle and can be strengthened. Okay. And this is a big thing for women. All right. So pay attention to that. Do not ignore it and work on your pelvic floor.
You can use, I mean, if it's really bad, you can use estrase cream, like for the vaginal dryness, same thing. If it's real, check your estrogen levels. If they're really low, then yes, that's definitely what you have to do too. You might have to support it that way. And then, but those, like there is I used to refer patients to this one therapy. They have a pressure transducer. So they introduced the pressure transducer, but right now with COVID, probably not doing that anymore. And basically it's like biofeedback. So you would just squeeze with your vaginal muscles. And then you could see, the dial go up. And so it's like lifting weights, and you have like a personal trainer there. But if you can get that in your mind, you can do it yourself too. You can use your finger for feeling the pressure, 3 fingers, 2 fingers. Anyway, these are ways that you can just strengthen up those muscles.
Yeah. And it's really good for your brain too, to like try to work those muscles that you've never even realized exist. And you guys, you got to work out your brain as we age too, because that's the other thing that can go.
I know the surgery for prolapse. I do have some patients. I mean, they love it. Sometimes it fails after a while because they just basically take your uterus and like sew it onto your sacrum, your back, basically, the back part of your spine. And then sometimes it sags still. So, I mean, no matter what, do those exercises, even if you get the surgery. Some of my patients just didn't want surgery, and then they're really happy with using the pessary, which is like a little ring that the GYNs can fit you for, and they just push it up and the ring just holds it up there. So that can help as well.
I have a question. You know how you mentioned the Terrazyme, that for people who have constipation, that to drink more Terrazyme, how much more can they drink? I mean,
Well, I mean, definitely, Terrazyme, just really helps digest all that food, so it comes out smooth, soft, and
I think because I mean, I've been drinking the LLV as myself. I've always had a lot of issues with using the bathroom. So I've seen I saw the last one that I saw was a GI, and I did drink a lot of laxative due to, for so many reasons. It all happened after I had a bladder cystitis, and I was obviously on medication, from so much pain. And then I had to drink Norco, so that even made things worse.
Oh wow.
And then after that was like 3 years ago. And then just after that, I've had a bunch of problems with using the bathroom. So I've been on LLV, and I've been drinking Terrazyme and PB acid. And that's still like, I mean, it makes me use the bathroom, but it's not, I mean, it's not as soft, so I don't know how much more can I drink for Terrazyme.
Oh, are you doing 2 with each meal?
For Terrazyme, I'm doing one morning for breakfast, lunch, and dinner Terrazyme, and PB acid is only for morning.
You can definitely go higher on all of the above. Yeah. And it sounds like because you had a cystitis, so you were taking antibiotics, so that totally screwed up your system too. So, I mean, PBSS is okay, but it's kind of a lower dose. So if you want to go up on it, you can. You could do twice a day, and then the Terrazyme, you can go 2 to 4 capsules with each meal. Actually, it's kind of a low, yeah.
So
And
then
make sure
try
you
to,
do a lot of water. Don't forget your fluid, and then you can use are you doing citrus with your water?
citrus, no.
Like
Just
a lemon or no? Lemon is really
That would
good.
be so good.
doing some lemon, like, but warm, like as a tea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, you could do the lemon oil too. That would help.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Lemon. So that kind of reminds you to drink a lot of water, right? So you drink
Yeah.
4 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, and 2 for dinner. Big glasses. You can go above that, and just having that lemon in there kind of reminds you to just keep on drinking your
So
fluid.
so then still do the LLV Terrazyme, do 2 morning, 2 lunch, like that too. And then
Of the water, yeah, of the citrus water, like 4 in the morning for 4 glasses
okay.
in the morning, 2 for lunch and 2 for dinner. Whether you eat or not, make sure you're drinking your water.
If you have a meal with meat in it, you can do up to 3 Terrazyme.
But are you using Digestin? Because I mean, if you're having constipation problems, you probably need to maybe either make your own Digestin capsules or drink it in a tea or buy the capsules.
Well,
ready-made.
I did do Digestin on my tongue a few times, and I didn't feel like that helped me. And also, the ones that have helped, and obviously because I've had a lot of bloating problems as well too. And the only one that I feel like it has helped has been peppermint, the soft gels.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, that is a very helpful. That's
Yeah, and I
especially
have to.
for you.
I started it with a few times, and then it didn't seem like it was helping much. So now I do 2, but I only do. Obviously, I only drink peppermint soft gels, 2 capsules, only as needed. Like when I feel like I have a lot of gas in my, or I feel bloated. That's the only time I'll do some peppermint soft gels.
You know what's going to clean you out? Are you going to do the cleanse and restore thing with us on January? Because the GX Assist is basically a colon cleanse right there. So
No,
uh,
no, I never done that one.
oh, okay. Check out the cleanse and restore kit. What it has. I mean, that basically it's cleansing and restoring every organ system. Mega overhaul.
Is
Yeah.
that the one that comes with the LLV and the
Yes.
Terrazyme? Okay.
Yeah.
But for me, with my problem, how many Terrazyme should I start to I
Well, I
do
mean,
2?
Terrazyme is just one aspect of the answer. So I was thinking maybe you can do the cleanse and restore and just take it as directed, but add the GX Assist to it and the Zendocrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also increase the fiber in your food as well.
Mm-hmm. Are you eating enough fruits and vegetables, do you think, or?
See, the problem with me, I was having a lot of my green veggies, and like doing it also in a green juice. But due to a lot of, I cannot eat like broccoli, I cannot have too much spinach, I cannot have too much of cauliflower, because alone gives me a lot of bloating. So I can't have too much green, like, because it
Oh,
causes problems on my stomach.
oh, even with the Terrazyme, huh?
Mhm. Does
The Terrazyme has helped a lot in PB acid. It's It has helped as in breaking up my food, but obviously not as in me using the bathroom in a soft way. It still like seems constipation. Um, but I mean, I do use the bathroom, so I don't know if I should build up more the Terrazyme and the PB acid to see how that goes.
You can definitely,
you
yeah,
can-
double up.
there is also a suggestion in the chat to look up a fiber fueled gut health / constipation by Dr. Will Usowicz. That might give you some ideas on like non-vegetable fiber sources too.
Okay,
Beans have a lot of fiber too.
yeah.
Other grains do as well. Quinoa.
There was a question about
Thank
toenail
you.
fungus. Did you see the answer to the toenail fungus? It's like just putting the oregano in coconut oil, right? And then just don't burn yourself with oregano and just rubbing that onto the toenail itself every night before bedtime, and then put on the socks.
Yes,
And
and
it-
then,
yeah.
or you can use tea tree too.
Tea tree too, yeah,
Mhm.
that's less.
Okay, so we're getting up to 9 o'clock. Any more questions?
There's a question about estrogen, progesterone trigger, and autoimmune issue. No, but people with autoimmune, I mean, I don't know if it's trigger, what's the cause or the effect, but it's just your body is functioning improperly. So that's why the cleanse and restore, go for it, because it's going to reset you. Most autoimmune issues, I mean, definitely probiotics are very important. And then liver detox is so important. So I would say that cleanse and restore may solve your problems.
You can do the cleanse and restore 3 to 4 times a year.
Mhm.
So like every quarter even. And you can do it and not change a single thing in your life. But if you do it with more frequent exercise and avoiding certain foods, like what Dr. Lisa was talking about, I loved how she said when you eat too much sugar, you're like basically running your pancreas crazy. You're like slave driving it. So we recommend, taking off sugar for that month, and then taking off white flour and gluten, and you're going to feel a huge difference, and taking away dairy. So that, in addition to all these amazing supplements that are helping to cleanse every organ system, like, you're going to feel amazing. It's going to be a very nice reset for you. And you can use our group for inspiration and for commitment. We're going to have giveaways and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. I already see Eileen and Darlene want to be part of that group already. Let me know if anyone else wants to be. Okay. All right. This was so informative. Thank you so much, Dr. Lisa, especially on a week where you're just really, really getting slammed. So we pray for you. We pray for you. And thank you again. I'm sure these oils help you to stay.
Oh yeah, to
calm.
stay balanced. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Good night,
Thank you
everyone.
very
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
The video
night,
will be up
Judy.
on
Good,
Dr.
Kathleen.
Health Essentials.
Did we get a code word today?
Oh, yes.
Did
The
we-
code
did-
word is going
Did
to
we get a
be,
code?
how about Claricalm? Claricalm. Brush your teeth. Claricalm is the word. Okay, Claricalm.
Brush your teeth.
Okay. Hey, everyone.
Did I miss the answer for the question about the bone nutrient for the broken bone?
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, right. I'm sorry. There was
That's
a question about a 65-year-old who has broken her bones. Would the bone nutrient help? I don't think it would hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, because you do need-
Definitely will help. Definitely will help. Yes. And cypress actually is really it's a not an
On the
open fracture, right?
It's on the shoulder in 2 places, so there's just a
Yeah.
sling.
I think the cypress and copaiba, those two would
Okay.
increase the circulation.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really, really important for bone strength.
So LOV too,
LOV.
LOV, and then the bone nutrient and
Oh, and the yarrow palm capsules.
Yeah.
They are really good.
why did you say that's good for bone healing?
Yeah, the zinc and vitamin C and all that. Oh, is you cypress? You mean, or
No, the yarrow palm.
the yarrow palm capsules? Yeah, everything in that is good for wound healing, bone healing, anal. That's why like anal fissures, vascular strengthening.
Okay.
Yeah, yarrow palm's a good one.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, we'll get these PDFs mailed to everyone.
Thank you.
Elsa Barcelo. Okay, great. Thank you. Please add me to my list. Okay.
Dr. Tina,
Yes. Yes.
I don't believe it's related to the subject that we're talking about, but my daughter is 32 and she's having issues. I guess it's the beginning of rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
I don't have it. My mother had it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And she's experiencing a lot of pain and that she literally can't close her wrist. She's already been to a doctor, and she has to go to another one because they did take a panel, or they took quite a bit of blood for, I guess, for whatever they're going to do. But is there anything else, or should I wait until she gets the
rheumatoid arthritis is an inflammatory disease, so we want to try to bring down the inflammation. So if she doesn't want to do the whole cleanse and restore, then definitely start with the LLV and do the deep blue polyphenols. That will help to decrease her whole body inflammation. And then a lot of the medications that she might be taking for the pain, she can substitute that with the deep blue polyphenols, and then using the deep blue rub, using frankincense. So I think that if she's willing, that kit called Healthy Habits Kit would be really good for her, because that has the vitamins, it has the deep blue rub for pain, it has frankincense too. And does she have issues sleeping?
She didn't mention that. I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I'm you know, she's in New York.
Oh, okay.
I'm here, so.
Yeah, well, the great thing is that because doTERRA is a global company, like we can ship that to her, and then she can join our classes and get a wellness consult customized. Every Friday we have wellness consults at 10 and at 8, and she can come and get like a daily protocol, morning, afternoon, and night. And so I would recommend that kit. You know, if it doesn't work out for her, doTERRA has an awesome return policy too. So I think you know, Linda can help you with that Healthy Habits Kit. I think would be really
okay.
good for her. Yeah, it's
I actually did send her, you know, because I just started.
Yeah.
I actually did send her the deep blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the creams, and Linda had prepared a pain rolly for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's great. That's great.
So since I started to buy,
yeah,
I wanted to help my daughter, of course, first.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you can do is, like, if you do help her get an account, because she wants to take it
right
to the next, because what you're giving her is amazing. It's helpful for the outside in, but if you really want to create an inside out change where her whole body inflammation comes down, then that kit, if you order it, you actually will make some commission. So it kind of like pays for it, you know?
Okay.
So
that's the Healthy Habits Kit?
Yes.
Okay. I'll have Linda help me out with that. Yes, I would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be good. Then she can have her own account, and she can just order on her own. And if it doesn't work out, she can get it returned. You know, it's a great kit. That kit is really good for lowering inflammation.
Well, she's the type that's interested. She prefers natural.
That's perfect then.
So
perfect.
She's, you know, she was very open to it.
Yes.
I don't even think that she's received the box that I sent her.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. With doTERRA, once you ordered it, it's shipped out right away. I've noticed that their shipping has been amazing. Like,
yes.
So she'll probably sooner. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'll have Linda help me out.
Okay.
And if I need any more, you know, I'll just join you. I just keep joining you.
Oh yeah. Just text Linda. She'll know how to help you.
Okay.
You say, I want to enroll my daughter. That's what you're.
Okay.
I'll tell her. That's awesome.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. Have a great night. I'll add you to the cleanse. So far it's Betty, Wong, Noemi, Elsa, Barcelo.
Me too.
Darlene. Oh, Teresa, you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's a Facebook group, and watch for the posts. And thank you, everyone. Here's
Did you get me?
Yeah, Betty Goy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Thank
okay.
you.
And I got you on the slides too.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. That's
Okay.
awesome.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hey,
good night.
Thank
you. Have a good night.
Bye, Betty.
Bye, Liz.
Bye.
Bye, Darlene.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Oh, good night. Bye, Kim. Good night.
Kathleen.
Oh, let's see, tomorrow. Tomorrow is a doctor's Q&A if you want to come. Thursday, 7 p.m. Okay? Dr. Pete will be there. Hey, Dr. Peter, what do you want to teach on tomorrow night? I think I might have a lot of people coming from another Blue Diamond team. Do you want to teach? You're really good with LOV. Do you
Oh,
want-
anything's fine. Just let me know.
Okay, we'll have you do LOV and frankincense. I moved the LOV slides a little further up. I moved it like right after the COVID protocol thing.
Okay.
So, okay, so,
Sounds good.
all right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's right. We got some Canadians can come in.
Yeah, yeah. And then, Kayla Monson from, I don't know if you see her on Instagram. She's an awesome Instagram educator. She's like,
Oh, wow.
so good.
Okay.
I know she's
Cool.
like, I heard you have a really awesome doctor's class. Can I come? I'm like, yes. Can I invite my team? I'm like, yeah, sure. So
Cool.
you're great, Dr.
I gotta show up to one of Mark's Monday nights. I gotta learn more business.
Oh yeah, Mark does a really good job. He gets all fired up. It's like, I'm like, honey, it's 9 o'clock. Stop talking now. Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
see you
Good night.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.